Thank you. Let me, first of all, recognize the President of Dominica, His Excellency Dr. Liverpool and Mrs. Liverpool, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the distinguished Honorable Vince Henderson, my dear Cabinet colleagues, the Ambassador of China, His Excellency Deng King, members of the Corps, members of Parliament, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, friends all, good evening. Tonight we gather to join the more than 1 billion proud nationals of the People's Republic of China and additional millions of friends and well-wishers all over the world who this week celebrate the 60th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. This occasion is one of profound significance and pride to the Chinese people, as it recalls the rich history of that great nation and the important and lasting contribution it has made to the advancement of our human civilization. It is also an occasion for all of us to ponder on the true character of the Chinese people, a character and spirit that have propelled China to the forefront of global economic achievement and important and impressive social progress. It is therefore a great honor and a cherished privilege for me to extend deep fraternal congratulations. First, to you, Ambassador, to your staff and the Chinese residents in Dominica, and through you to the government and people of the People's Republic of China on the 60th anniversary of the founding of this great nation. Mr. Ambassador, we note with admiration that China has proved to the world that it is possible to develop and nurture an economic and political system with original Chinese characteristics that has led to the rapid development of its people and transformed it into one of the most competitive economies on earth. We also note that your nation's economic achievement has as its cornerstone a mix of private and state-involved structure to the Chinese reality and driven by a level of patriotism witnessed in very few modern-day cultures. The world has come to realize that inherent in China's success are advances in all key areas of development, namely education, agriculture, industry, science, and technology, among others. What is significant is that recent international events, both natural and man-made, have tested the mettle of your people and challenged the capacity of institutions and systems to cope with adversity and disaster of tremendous magnitude. You passed, I must say, with flying colors. I take the liberty to mention 3 of your recent challenges. In 2008, China had to cope with one of the most devastating floods ever experienced. The government and people, by a swift and organized response, proved to the world the ability to plan and execute measures to ensure the safety of lives and property given the size and population of China. The very same astuteness was exhibited in China's rapid response to the H1N1 flu virus. Additionally, with regard to China's response to the international financial crisis, international observers are now reporting that China's decisive action at a national and international level was fundamental in stemming an even worse effect on the world economy. Ladies and gentlemen, we recognize that China's success was not without struggle. In fact, major challenges still exist, while attempts have been made to further improve the standard of living of its large population in the rather fragile international environment. Inherent in this very struggle, however, is China's display of true brotherhood, particularly to other developing states, including Dominica. Even amidst its struggles, China has been able, in a spirit of true sacrifice, to share its culture, experiences, and economic gains with smaller and vulnerable states around the world. China's conduct of international affairs is another area where the country has excelled and was able to not only advance its own interests, but that of other developing countries. Its track record of pronouncements and decisions favorable to developing countries is solid and stands as a pillar of its foreign policy. In the Caribbean, we have benefited by these progressive positions adopted by China in international fora, like the United Nations and its agencies and the WTO, just to name a few. In addition, China has established diplomatic relations with several countries in the region and continues its support to a wide range of regional efforts through the execution of cooperation agreements and its involvement and affiliation to regional bodies. In more recent times, China-Caribbean relations has been given renewed focus with the formal publication of China policy on the Caribbean in 2008. China has also continued to hold scheduled consultations at the ministerial level with all countries of the Caribbean with which it has diplomatic relations. We welcome this formal policy position and the undertakings given to work even closer with the region in several key strategic areas. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, in giving this brief background on the determination and will of the Chinese people, the development of China and its activities in the world, I was also highlighting some of the shared core values that influenced my decision to have Dominica establish relations with the People's Republic of China in 2004. Cognizant of the ongoing and looming challenges that lay ahead for Dominica due to WTO-imposed rules that would threaten the competitiveness of the dominant sector in our economy, we concluded that the development paradigm that had guided our foreign relations had to be reviewed. This government was convinced that our development interests will be best served by establishing relations with the world's most populous country and fastest growing economy. Guided by the core principles of mutual respect, the right to self-determination, and non-interference in each other's internal affairs, Dominica and China set out on a course that focuses on the development of all our peoples in a manner that best protects and advances their interests. It is these principles, for example, that guide the very focus on the education of our young people in our development cooperation. We believe that exposure of our youth to tertiary education in a new culture and within a value system that places great emphasis on patriotism and love of country will redound to the benefit of our nation upon the return. The advance made in our bilateral relations need no further highlighting, as our progress is clear for all to see and has been the subject of several media statements in the past months. Needless to say, however, that our relations continue to grow from strength to strength. The intention of this government is to build further on the people-to-people relations and to foster a program for more joint ventures between our two peoples. I am committed to guarantee Dominica's continued recognition of the One China principle and ensure that this is reflected at all levels of this country's international relations. Dominica has supported and will continue to advance Dominica-China joint interests in international forums wherever this is possible. I wish finally to express, as always, the gratitude of the government and people of Dominica to the government and people of China for contributing to this healthy relationship shared by our two countries. Long live the People's Republic of China. Long live the people of China. And long live the relationship which exists between Dominica and China. I wish now, therefore, to propose a toast to the lasting friendship of the relationship between Dominica and China, and to the good health of the leaders of China.